Hi guys! I'm really excited to show you my brand new personal planner, which I use for everything in my life that's not work related. This is a Rhodia 365 perpetual weekly planner. It's undated, and so I dated the whole year by myself, which I'm quite proud of. This is replacing my Hobonichi weeks, and it's quite different, so I will show you how I have it set up and why I decided to make the switch from the weeks. So I'm using it without a cover. I really like the feeling of this beautiful faux leather soft back, and I just put some charms that have to do with the sun and the moon, and here's an owl on the elastic strap, and I added a Leuchtturm pen loop to it. So this is A5 size, which is one of the reasons that I switched, because I really wanted to sticker it and have it be a place of happiness and joy and color, and my weeks was just getting too chunky, and I realized that I do not enjoy having a fat weeks. So I switched into this because the bigger size and also the thicker paper means that it doesn't get as bulky. So my word for the year is calm, and I put that on here with some stickers that make me happy, and then I just carried on onto this page. So because it's undated, I added 2021 to 2022 personal planner, because I started this in the end of March, which means that it will run until the end of March 2022. So it's actually perfect, because that means that it fits exactly with when I start my Hobonichi Cousin, which is my work planner. So together with this, my cousin and this make up my core planning system. Work and personal, and they'll both be starting at the same time because I have a spring cousin, so I thought that that was really nice. So the first spread that you get in this planner is an index, and I haven't used that for anything yet. I'm not sure whether I will. I might use it for some kind of reference list or something, but I'm not sure yet, so I've decided just to leave that blank until something comes to mind. One of the things that I really like about this planner is that it has perforated page corners on the bottom, which means that you can just tear off the corners of the pages that you've used, and that means you don't need a bookmark. You can just flip directly to the current week, and I think that's really cool. So I have torn off all of the pages of the preliminary spreads and then going right up into the week that I am currently using. So this spread is a vertical yearly calendar, so it's exactly like the Hobonichi vertical yearly calendars, except that obviously it's not tied to a particular year, and I think that that is fantastic. It makes me really happy to have the same layout essentially as what I have in my weeks, because it meant that I could just replicate the same spreads. So I've actually decided to do something different in this, because in my weeks, when I was using my weeks as a personal planner, I would use the vertical spread for tracking. And I've actually now decided to use a different weeks solely as a tracker. So I put all my tracking information in that, and then this I use for forward planning. So this is actually a difference from what I was doing in my weeks, because as you can see, in my weeks I was using this vertical yearly spread as a medicine tracker, and now I have that in a separate weeks. And it makes me really happy having this split between planning and tracking, because beforehand my weeks was a mix of planning and tracking, but now it means that I get to use this only for planning, so forward planning, which I find really satisfying. So what I've done is just put in the Jewish holidays for the year so that I can see them at a glance, and then also put in if I have something major going on, like a conference or a course or something that runs over a number of days. So the only thing I've put in that respect at the moment is this Coptic language course that I'm going to be taking in a couple of weeks' time. And then I'm just leaving the rest of it blank for now, but I thought that as the year goes on, I might end up using this for more, so I'll see how that develops. This paper is beautiful to write on, by the way. The ink dries pretty quickly, and it's so fountain pen friendly, and it just has this smooth, buttery feeling, and I love it. It's amazing paper. So next you get this monthly spread where you have 3 months per page, so 6 months on a 2-page spread. So that's what the whole thing looks like, and it's just open space, no dot grids, no lines, nothing, and so you can do what you want with it. So I decided to use this for tasks that I need to do in future, but that I'm not sure exactly when in the month. I just know that I need to do them in a particular month. So I've put in things like, for example, we have to book a haircut for one of our dogs after Passover. I put in the Coptic course, but that was before I had decided that I wanted to use this spread for big events. So actually, I think looking back, I probably would not have put this in here. I just would have kept it in here and kept this for tasks. So you have here worm medicine, when I have to give the dogs their worm medicine because they only have it every 3 months, when I have to book their vaccines, they have to have their checkups in September, boiled charcoal filters for our water filters. So I've put in tasks. The only things that are not tasks but rather events are this Coptic course and CrimeCon, which I'm going to in September, hopefully. So actually, in retrospect, I probably should have put CrimeCon here. Oh, I did put CrimeCon here. So this is kind of redundant, but that's fine because there is enough room for everything. And I dated these. This is 2021. And because, like I said, I started this planner in March, that means that January, February, and part of March are actually going to still be in this planner for 2022. So I labeled this spread 2022. So that is my monthly forward planning. And then we get to the heart of the planner, which is the weekly spreads. Let me just quickly show you a blank one so you can see how it looks before it's been stickerated. So I did a walkthrough of this planner when I got it, so if you want to see what it looks like when it's completely blank, you can have a look at that video. It's the previous video that I did before this one. So I've gone in and dated it, and I put in the Gregorian dates and also the dates on the Jewish calendar over here. And this is one of the main things that I like about my personal planner. I really enjoy having the Jewish calendar on it, and I got these Jewish calendar stickers from an Etsy shop called Hadassah Levine, which I'll link down below because she's the only shop that I know of where you can get Jewish calendar stickers for your planner. It's really cool. And she also sells these Shabbat time stickers as well, which is very convenient. So I've set up some things in advance for the whole year. So I've dated it for the whole year, so you can see that this runs until March 2022. And I've put in like the Jewish holidays and stuff. And then I've also put in these stickers for the Shabbat times because that's really useful for me to know, and my paydays. So one at the end of every month. So it's all set up, it's ready to go, but I also like to add a lot of color in the week before and the week of the actual planning. So you can see that in an empty week, besides the setup that I've already done, you have these horizontal daily spreads and you have one per day. It's really, really nice because most of the other planners that have this type of layout besides Hobonichi will only give you one box for Saturday and Sunday combined, and I hate that. That's an absolute deal breaker for me. So I was really excited to find this planner that gives you equal space for every day of the week. And then on the right hand side of the page you have this nice dot grid. So I really love that as well. And then you've got this horizontal calendar spread for the month that you can use for tracking or for marking off specific dates or for whatever you want to use it for. So I'll show you how I'm using that. For the first couple of weeks I covered it up, and then I decided to start experimenting with a use for it. So basically this is what it looks like after it's been stickerated. So I usually use the left hand side for things that I want to do on a particular day, and then I use the right hand side for things that I just have to do sometime during the week, or also if I run out of space on this left hand spread because I have put too many stickers on it, which is something that happened last week. So I also experimented last week putting in a top 3, and that didn't really work very well because I found it confusing having these different places where there were to-dos. I had a whole bunch of to-dos here and then to-dos on the daily pages, and so I didn't like that, so I think I'm not going to do that anymore. But I really also like getting to use lots of stickers, and especially bigger stickers that I wouldn't have been able to use when I was planning in my weeks. So I also put in some trackers because there are 2 things that we're supposed to do frequently, which is to weigh one of our dogs and to brush one of the other dogs' teeth, and so I put that in here to keep track of it. Then when we've actually done it, I'll put it in the tracker, which I will show you in another video. And then I put a shopping list here because we needed to get stuff for Passover, and I also put the spring break sticker because my teaching term finished and I have a week off, which was a huge relief because I was just totally worn out. So this is the current week, and as you can see, it's still pretty stickered up, but I have a lot of extra space here that I can use for to-dos, and so I'm planning to use this just for to-dos and notes and things that don't belong to a particular day, because there is still some space to write day-specific tasks, but not a lot. So if I run out, I might make a portion of this that's like for one day and then another section that's for another specific day, but I'll see how it goes. And as I said, this is my week off, so I don't have a huge amount of tasks, thank goodness. So today is my payday, yay! And I've written in some fun things as well, like when new episodes of my favorite podcasts come out and stuff like that. And then I've put in weighing Pet Pet and Mochi's teeth. So this was an experiment with a checkbox, which again, I'm not sure about, because I actually kind of like just having one big running list that's all in the same place, but I do like the color of the stickers as well, so I'll keep experimenting with it. And then you see I've torn off the ends of the pages up until this week because I've only been using this for 2 weeks. And then this is next week. So I've put in some things already, like days to do the washing, and Tails has a blood test next week at the vet's, and some decorative stickers and the trackers. So I'll see how it goes, but basically I have just done some stickerating to make it look colorful for a few weeks in advance, so that when things get busy I can just write in it and I don't have to worry about decorating it as I'm going along. But if I want to and I have time beforehand, then I'll just go in and add some more decorative stickers and some functional stickers, and then maybe if I end up with extra space I can add some more decorative stickers afterwards as well. So as you can see, this week I didn't cover up the running calendar at the top. I decided to use it instead to mark off important dates in the month so I could use them as a reference for the month. And this is something that I've never done. So like, you know, in the Hobonichi Weeks, when it has this little monthly calendar at the bottom and it has the current week circled, I never use that. My brain just doesn't recognize that it's there. But for some reason this, maybe because it's bigger and because it's in this horizontal format over 2 lines, it kind of grabs my attention more. And so I decided just to see whether this would be useful or not. So I marked the things that are happening in the week, which is the Coptic course, that's this week. And then I also marked the days that are Shabbat, just so that I have a record of that. And I marked the days that are Passover, even though at this point they will be in the past. So it was just a bit of an experiment. I'll see how it goes and whether or not I actually find myself using this or not. And if I don't, then I'll just go back to covering it up with washi, which is what I was doing before this week. On some weeks, I labeled the days with day stickers that I have from the Happy Planner value packs, and that's because I find these day labels a little bit confusing because they are above the day that they refer to. So this is Monday, this box, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, etc. And for some reason, whenever my eye looks at this, I always think that the day that's written down at the bottom of the box is the day that it's referring to. So I get really confused thinking that this is Tuesday when actually it's Monday. And that just kind of goes on for the whole week. So I tried to alleviate that by putting the date stickers clearly in the middle of the box. And, you know, if you look up here, you see that there's not enough room for Monday here because, well, you can't see anymore because I've stickerated the top. But basically, there was a line here where you could fill in the week number and the month and the year. And I've covered it up with washi and put my own date stickers on it. But it was basically like a very small amount of space, so there's not enough for Monday there. And I've looked at the label on the packaging just to make sure that I hadn't misunderstood, and they do indeed show you using this for Monday and this for Tuesday and this for Sunday. So I know that this is how it's designed, it's intended to be, but for some reason it just always throws me. I think because I'm used to the weeks having the day in the same place as the date. So I'll see how it goes as I continue. It could be that I'll get used to it. I'll just get used to looking here and then, you know, seeing the day and then associating it with the box underneath it. But for now, I'm just finding it really confusing. So I used the few weekday stickers that I had from the Happy Planner left over from various value packs and covered them up and put them in places where I can more easily recognize that it belongs to that day. But then I think that I might cover these with washi and then like write in the days here or something. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. Again, this is all an experiment, but so far I absolutely love it. This is the first time in many years that I've had an A5 size personal planner. I think the only other time that I experimented with an A5 personal planner was when I was first trying out having a personal planner separate from my work planner, and that was like 2015. So it's been a long time that I've been using a Weeks, and I'm really used to using a Weeks as a personal planner, but I really like having the extra space. Even if I use a lot of it for stickerating, it just makes me happy, and I feel like it's somehow roomier, but because it's essentially the same layout as the Weeks, I don't feel like it's been a big shock to my, you know, planning ecosystem. It feels like it's very much the same because I'm used to putting time-specific to-dos over here and weekly to-dos and notes and shopping lists and things over here. So it's working really well because it feels very intuitive to me, but also I have a lot more room, and so it just feels spacious and like an upgrade. I love it. And I love the fact that it doesn't feel lumpy. So you can see that I've put a fair number of stickers throughout the whole thing. And this is what it looks like when it's closed. So it's quite manageable. It doesn't feel a lot thicker than what it did when it was completely undecorated, and I really like that. It also has a pocket to keep stickers and blotting paper in, and it has a few note pages at the back. Nowhere near as many as the Weeks, but that's okay because I'm only using this for planning. I'm not using it for tracking or lists or anything like that, because any kind of long-term things that I want to track or keep a record of, I am putting in my tracker weeks, which I will show you in a separate video. And so I don't actually know what I want to use these lists for yet, so I'm just keeping them blank until I think of a really good purpose for them, because there aren't that many of them, and I feel like so far I don't really need them, but it could be that I will think of something that I want to keep track of as the year goes on. Maybe like writing down websites or something that I can then transfer over to my tracker weeks. I'll see. Because I feel like there's quite a lot of room in the body of the planner. It feels, you know, very spacious to me, so I might have enough room for all of that stuff within the body of the weeks themselves. So I'll see. But anyway, this is my new personal planner. I'm super happy with it. I absolutely love it, and I'm looking forward to continuing to use it throughout the whole year and into 2022. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!